Hi, it's Jay from Iridescent Tarot, back with some more sparkle for ya. So today's video is a VR to JD from Frost and Forest, who has a YouTube channel that I really enjoy watching their videos. They tagged me in a hashtag cozy holiday deck tag, which is a December tarot tag that I'm super excited to participate in. I really liked the creative descriptions of the prompts that JD put together. And the fact that it was only 6 prompts felt really doable right now. I've just had a very busy last few weeks, and I've kind of slowed down in my tarot video creation just a little bit. So this is like the perfect tag to do today. Okay, so the first prompt is the first snow. Show a deck that feels peaceful, restorative, and softly introspective, like the calm hush that falls with the season's first snowfall. And for this prompt, I chose the Future Ancestor Tarot. This is a deck that is newer to my collection, but has really made its mark in a short period of time. I think that all of a sudden this winter, I realized that my tarot niche is non-peoply people decks. And what I'm referring to are people that are kind of more amorphous blobs. You can't really identify them that well. They don't look exactly like people that you might know because they're not super descript or detailed, and I just have been really enjoying decks that do that. Now, the Future Ancestor Tarot hits so many of the first snowfall descriptors in the question. It is peaceful. Restorative is a perfect word for this deck. It just feels like, I said this on our deck connectors episode, but it feels like a deck that went to a silent meditation retreat and returned, and now it's got this peaceful tranquility, restorative feeling about it, and it just has the ability to hold space in a very supportive way, and I've just really, really loved this deck. Yeah, I feel like this very quickly rose to the top of my tarot loves. And today's nail polish is this cracked vampire juice box. It's a little bit darker than I anticipated. I'm not entirely sure on the tone. I think I really enjoyed this Cupid Mist polish. They look kind of similar, but on the nail there was like a very big difference, and I think I just enjoyed Cupid Mist a little bit more. I've talked about this vanilla before in the past. This is Saint Veracruz vanilla. This is just like a perfect all-rounder casual vanilla if you don't know what to wear. Deck number 2 is Dark Nights. Share a deck that keeps you company during the long, dark nights of winter. The one you reach for when the world goes still, the shadows stretch a little longer, and you want a bit of mystery, comfort, or magic in the dark. And for this, I chose the Lacrimosa Tarot. I have a very hot and cold relationship with this deck. When I initially brought it in, I thought it was going to be strictly December, January, February, depths of winter deck that really spoke to that cold, dark energy of midwinter, and used it the week of Halloween for Deck Connectors Club, and that really opened up its energy to feel a little bit more Halloween, thinning of the veil type energy for me. And now I kind of feel like it doesn't have like a specific place. Like I had it niched in for the winter, and now it kind of expanded into the fall, and I'm just unsure about it. Like we did Deck Connectors Club, I felt very connected to it, and now all of a sudden I'm having like a little bit of questioning. But I do feel like it hits this prompt. It's long, dark nights of winter, with the shadows stretching a little longer. Like everything is very shadowy and dark. There's mystery and magic in this deck. And I'm not entirely certain that this is one that's going to give me longevity in the way that I like to work with my decks. Prompt number 3, Festive Treats. Share a deck that gives you the same warm, comforting feeling as your favorite holiday pastries or baked goods. Sweet, cozy, and oh so satisfying. For me, I chose the Yellow House Tarot. I mean, this whole deck has warm, comfy vibes, but I couldn't not pick Yellow House Tarot when the entire suit of coins is just baking. Like, the imagery that Heidi chose for the suits, so coins being like baked goods and then the cups being like tea time, it's just so holiday treat cozy. Like, there isn't possibly a better option for this prompt than Yellow House Tarot. Everything in this deck I want to eat, especially these canned peaches. Like, I really want those. Holiday lights and candles glow. Show a deck that brings a sense of warmth, sparkle, or gentle illumination. The kind of deck that feels like being wrapped in a soft candlelight or colorful, twinkling holiday lights. Tell me that these little holographic spot gloss stars aren't holiday twinkle lights. Like, it's perfect for that. And if the deck had those little spot gloss hearts and things like the Pip Speak Tarot, it would be even more so. Which, speaking of, I could have used that for this prompt, but I still have it wrapped up in the tissue paper that it came from Zara from Kitten Chops, because I wanted it to feel like a present to future me when I was ready to open it and use it. So I didn't want to open it for this prompt, but this is just equally as holiday lights, where you have that warmth, that sparkle, that illumination, everything just being very cheerful and playful in this deck. This just feels so joyous to me. Even the harder cards, like, they don't beat you over the head with it. So I love this as my little sparkly holiday deck. Friends and family. Show a deck that feels like gathering with the people who mean the most to you. The one that evokes laughter around a shared table, heartfelt conversations, inside jokes, and the comforting feeling of being together. For this, I chose the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot. Now, as a disclaimer, I will say I don't get cozy family vibes from this deck. I get the joyous laughter, snickering, inside joke from this deck. There's definitely a sense of like camaraderie amongst the people / animals in this deck, and it just has a fantastic sense of humor. And so when this prompt talked about shared laughter at a table, this is the deck that came to mind, where there are things happening that are just so interesting and funny and weird, and it feels like this whole family of just strange things that they're all in on the joke together, and they're part of this like big weird family. The last prompt is Tradition and Rituals. It says, share a deck that carries the nostalgia of seasons past, the one that brings back childhood memories, well-loved family customs, and the small familiar traditions that return year after year to make the season special. For this, I chose the Guardian Angel Tarot. This deck I used in my Lisa Pepez envelope monthly reading this year, so it hasn't gotten much use outside of that practice because obviously 12 of the cards are missing. So I haven't felt super connected to it other than once a month reading the envelope. But when it comes to a deck that has nostalgia of seasons past, this deck really, with its frilly like borders and different like, I don't know, wallpapery motifs, just feels to me like grandma vibes. It reminds me of my grandma's pajamas, and we would always visit during Christmas. It was a long drive for us to get there, but I have such fond memories of going to her house and on Christmas morning opening our stockings, and she put the oranges and the chestnuts in the bottom of our stockings and quarters, and this deck just reminds me of her, and especially the holiday season. I think it's just like the gold gilding and the backs, it just reminds me of her and the holidays. And so for that, I choose the Guardian Angel Tarot. And angels feel very like Christmassy to me too, so. All right, well, thank you, JD, for creating this fun tag for the holiday season. This was the perfect little appetizer to the holiday tags, and I hope that you enjoyed my response. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all the things, and I will talk to you later. Signing out.